Hey YouTube, it's your boy Danny, and
Yeet, you already know who it is.
so we have a deck profile for you. Don't know when this one's going up, don't know when the last one's going up, don't know when the one after that's going up. We have another one coming up tomorrow, but
Now back to Dragon Ball Z.
Jack to Dragon Ball Z. Anyway, so this is a long time deck that I love. If you saw the thumbnail,
I like the deck too. Danny's not the only one.
yeah, it's a good deck. It's very Protect the Tower. I've never been a fan of Protect the Tower decks, but I like it. And like I said, if you saw the thumbnail, you know what it is already. It's Invoked. And
What? I didn't know. Spoilers.
I hate Invoked Mech Knight. Don't even start that trash with me. This is Invoked Hand Trap. And this is a much more annoying version. Rudie can contest to that.
Yeah. He just got lucky what he drew the first turn of the duel.
Whatever.
Or test duel.
Or
You know
test
it's true. You know you got lucky.
We're going to have an exhibition match too. We'll see who wins. Like, comment, and subscribe, and put in the comments who you think is going to win.
Oh, I have Cyber Dragons.
Oh yeah, he's got Cyber Dragon.
In
In case you didn't know, he's got Cyber Dragon. So anyway, for the namesake of the deck, we're gonna start off. We play 3 Alistair the Invoker. So all around, there's a lot to say about Alistair. Sorry about the 1 secret and the 2 supers. I know I'm trash.
You didn't need to bring that up.
I needed to bring it up. So this card is a hand trap. It's a searcher. It's an ignition starter. It's an engine. It's everything. It is this deck. Without this card, this deck does not exist. If your opponent can find a way to stop Alistair, well, GG to you. The
Call
game,
by the grave.
yeah, the game's over. Game's over.
Not necessary. That's why you have the other cards that help.
That's why you play so many hand traps to help protect the tower, protect Alistair, protect Mecha. Right away when he's normal summoned, you can add a Invocation. And we'll get to Invocation for those who are new to this deck, who don't know what this deck does. We'll get to that in a little bit.
And then there's also ways to search him too.
There's ways to search him as well. He's a hand trap in the sense that if a fusion material monster enters battle, you can ditch him and he'll
Gain that monster
1,000 attack points. So
he's almost like honest, but not really.
Like kind of rare, like a honest Neos, I guess.
Something. Yeah.
But all around he's a good card. Don't play him at 2. Don't play him at 1, please.
Play him at 3.
Play him at 3.
He also has another effect, doesn't he? With Invocation card.
He has another chain effect with Invocation. He alone doesn't.
Okay.
So we have.
But still, you need him to activate that effect.
So there's that, and then up next, literally, I'm just gonna tell you guys right now, you're gonna hate me. You're gonna say I'm trash. You're gonna say that I'm pathetic. You're gonna say whatever. It is nothing but hand traps. 3 Ash. So just talk about Ash. What do you have to say about Ash?
Nothing. I love the card. It's like one of my favorite cards.
It's a good card.
I love all the hand traps, just in case you guys didn't know.
So you play 3 Ash. Up next, we have Gamma.
And 1 driver.
And 1 driver, because it's necessary.
If you don't really remember what he does, he negates by special summon from your hand the driver, too.
Yeah, I complete in a test duel.
So this is the hand trap, basically.
Yeah, in
the
a
driver, you can special summon from your graveyard, your deck, or your hand. So if they do that and you have a monster, don't destroy that driver. Let it get banished.
Yeah, I've made the mistakes of destroying drivers before. Up next, I play 2 Ghost Bells. I like Ghost Bell. Rudie kind of turned me on to her. I didn't like her at first. I didn't really think she was that useful. Okay, so like when she came out, I thought she's a good card. And then after that, I was like, she's a bad card. And then now here we are again. I'm like, she's a good card. And
he's like that with all the hand traps.
I'm like that with all the hand traps.
I'm the same through and through. I love the hand traps.
Yeah, so Ghost Bell will get you out of situations. There's a reason I specifically play these hand traps. Not just to be annoying, but fusion material. If you look at their attributes, I'm playing all sorts of different attributes of hand traps so that I can fusion summon with them. Such as the namesake of DD Crow. Right now, DD Crow is pretty powerful against Samurais, against Thunder Dragons. I mean, you may not think Thunder Dragons or how. You're probably going to yell at me, how? But trust me, try it. But anyway.
It lets you banish a card from your opponent's graveyard.
Yeah, so...
It's a quick effect.
It's a quick effect, yeah. So it's a dark target. I like it, and whatever. Next up, we have Ghost Ogre.
It's a different hand trap from the rest.
It's a different from the rest. It's a light target, and gets you your Mecha buff.
And the reason I say different because you can actually play it and still use it as a hand trap.
Yeah, she's got good synergy for defense. Like, she's a good... I kind of want to play 3, but right now budget says 2.
And she doesn't negate, she destroys.
Yeah, I've never liked her for that. Like, it's been one of my least favorite hand traps. Up next is one of my favorite hand traps. Is Drawl and Lock. And...
lock down your opponent.
Lock down your opponent. Like...
Unless you have a Call by the Grave.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that could save you.
Maybe. Question mark?
I can't think of anything else, but let us know in the comments.
Let us know in the comments. There's probably a lot of, like, shared ride and stuff. But this card shuts down so many decks. It shuts down just everything. Everything. And it's just your opponent has to say GG. Anyway, getting back to it, the deck isn't complete. I want to run 2 Veilers, but in the meantime, which you're thinking, how do you have all these expensive hand traps, but you don't have 2 Veilers? Well, I traded them all today. But anyway, I play as a tech of mine 1 Elemental Hero Prisma to get him that namesake off and get that quick dump of Alistair, and then I play 1 Lunalight Black Sheep to search Poly. And I just added these in. I haven't tested them out yet, so like they're still in the testing phase, but they are pretty good. But I will say this: with this deck, it can make Construct. It can make Shadow Construct, and I want to find a way to put Construct in. I just can't find a goddamn Shadow monster. So there's that, but Construct is Bae. She's always been Bae. And
next we got our Spells and Traps.
Yeah, Spells and Traps. So up next is the Searcher, one of the most powerful Searchers in the game.
So pretty much we have, well, you're going to show the other cards too?
Well, not yet, but because I got to talk, there's a lot to explain about this. It does more than just...
technically we have basically 4 of those cards in a way. No, 5 because of the terraforms just to get it off.
This is basically more Alistairs. This searches you Alistair, and this makes it so that your opponent can't chain on to fusion summon effects. It's a very powerful for a fusion spell, fusion field spell, and I'll be damned if it gets hit on the ban list, but it'll never get hit on the ban list.
So that's pretty much 8 cards, including Alistair, just to have Alistair. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's
either
it's
you
pretty
draw
good.
into Alistair because you got 3 chances, or you draw into those cards to get Alistair.
Up next, we play the fusion card, the man, the myth, the legend, Invocation. I have one gripe with Invocation. I found out that you can't fusion summon on field. So
that's why we have Polys.
That's why we have Polys. So Invocation's really interesting. It lets you fusion summon with your opponent's monsters. It lets you banish a material from your opponent's monsters in the graveyard, and will let you fusion summon from hand. So that's why you play so many hand traps. You always have a graveyard. You always have something. And then it has a recursion effect where you can shuffle it back into the deck to add a banished Alistair. So you're always recurring. Once you get one Alistair in loop, you're always recurring it. Up next, I play one Monster Reborn. I want to take it out. I want to play another Book of the Law. We play one Book of the Law. For those who don't know what Book of the Law is, you tribute a... Is it a non... You tribute one Okay, Rudie. You tribute one invoked monster, doesn't matter what it is, and then you special summon a fusion monster. And that counts as a fusion summon. So I want to play another Book of the Law. We play one Hornet Jones just so that we can summon the Link. Everybody knows about this combo with the Link and whatnot. It's an old school combo. Well, as old school as Hornet Jones is.
I didn't even know you had a Hornet Jones in there.
Yeah, I had it in there. Up next, I play 2 polymerizations. I play 2 because I'm testing it out. I want to see how it works.
Because of
invocation problems and whatnot. And a lot of people are probably going to say I'm stupid for playing poly at all in an invoke deck. But
guess what? The next 2 cards. If you think you don't like poly...
Super poly. I want to play another super poly so that I can just... I traded it.
Yeah.
Just so I could dump on my opponent like nasty. Like this card, I will tell you from the beginning of time, it should have never gotten unbanned. It should have never gone to 2. It should have never gone to 1. It's a bad card. Like bad. It's the worst card in the game. Like it is a plague. Trust me, this card is going to blow up, and you will see the power that is. Up next, I have an interesting tech that just recently got released. Dimmered Path lets you add a spellcaster from your graveyard, and I was noticing Drawl and Lock is a spellcaster, so you can add Drawl. If I had Effect Veiler, you could add Effect Veiler, but I mostly add it to add my dumped Alistairs, so I can recycle them. Up next, I play 2 Fusion Reserve, but I want to play 2 more Omega Summons. So basically for Omega Summon, what you do, it's pretty nasty. Pretty nasty effect. You can target any of your banished invoked monsters, any of them, as many as you want, and summon them in defense position. So think about that. I'd like to play 3. Some people might think that's overkill, but I want to play 3. My extra deck isn't finished, so don't at me.
At Danny.
Yeah, don't at Danny. But we're going to go ahead and get into it. First off, I play 3 Mechabus. There's really nothing to explain about Mechaba. It's pretty oppressive. It's a pretty nasty card. I mean, it turns anything into a hand trap. Anything. Rudie, you want to say anything?
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay. So Mechaba's pretty good. Whatever that namesake of card you have, whether it's trap, spell, or monster, you can turn it into a hand trap and quick effect banish and negate whatever you're doing.
Your opponent's doing.
Whatever your opponent's doing, yes. Right now, I'm playing 3 Croylus. I want to play... So, this is the interesting thing. I love this card, and I like it a lot, because I like defensive plays. And I need the Null Nun and Spooky Dogwood. Or what's its name? Ghost Nun? Ghost Girl?
Ghost Sister?
Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood. The new hand trap that came out in Dark Neostorm. I need 2 of those so that I can summon this properly. And my deck will be a little bit better. But at the moment, I'm running it at 3. I shouldn't be. I should only be running it at 1. But like I said, this isn't complete. I play 2 Perco Trios because what deck wouldn't be complete? What Invoke deck wouldn't be complete without Perco Trios? Perco Trio is the OTK enabler. It gains 200 attack for each card your opponent controls. And it can attack all monsters once. And this card attacks a defense position monster. It inflicts piercing damage. So in the days of goat tokens, up next we play one big spooky boy. It's just a beater. It's just a big beater, and I play the 2 ghost bells to summon it. I really like it a lot. Not much to say about it. I rarely go into it, but it's better to have it than not to have it. Up next, I only play 1 Caligula. I think he's the most not useless, but lesser used, I guess. And his effect just doesn't apply that well anymore about the like the lockdown thing. And he's too weak. So if you can summon him, good, and if you can lock down your opponent, good. But like it's kind of hard to do. I will say this: I want to play 3 Rajans, but nobody was trading Rajans today. So the extra deck is supposed to be instead of Cordless, take out 1 Cordless, add a Rajan, add another Rajan, add 1 Alistair the Invoker Madness, the Link, and then 2 Elysiums. And Elysium is every attribute that exists and can banish a card banish an invoked card to banish all monsters that your opponent controls of that attribute. So it's oppressive as hell. It's a big beefy beater. It's got 4,000 defense. It's a crazy monster. It's not hard to summon, and I don't know. I like it. So thanks for getting at us, guys. Let us know what you think. We're gonna have an exhibition match coming up pretty soon. And just put in the comments who you think's gonna win. Me or Rudie, or see for yourself. See who wins. Should be pretty fun. Rudie's probably gonna have a hard time, but
yeah, because all those
hand traps. I know. But Rudie's a skilled player, so I'll give him that much.
Hey, sure.
You are, dude. You're pretty good.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. You can watch it on the channel.
You can watch it on the channel. So like, comment, and subscribe, and get at us. I'm trying to get the Patreon back up. Our Patreon got shut down, but I'm going to get it back up. So Patreon, to that 1 subscriber that we had.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, and get at us. Get at your boys. We love your comments. Everybody that comments, shout out to you. And tell us what you want. Tell us like more openings, more duel videos, more deck profiles. Tell us how we can improve. Whatever. Anyway, enough long-winded stuff. Rudie, closing thoughts?
No, just catch us on turn 2.
Yes.